please welcome Hall of Fame inductee Sid King to accept his award.
I can just pretty much sit down after that. I want to say thank you to the Arkansas Broadcasters Board of Directors for this incredible honor. When Neil first called me and told me the news, I thought, Neil, you got the wrong number. I was elated but shocked. I couldn't think about the legendary broadcasters that I've met through the ABA, the ones who came before me and set the standard for broadcasting in Arkansas. Even to be mentioned in the same breath as the broadcasters is humbling. Many of those are no longer with us, but their voices and their work still ring true today as a cornerstone of Arkansas broadcasting. I've always believed that one of the best parts of this business is the people you meet and what you learn just by talking with each other. And no offense to the ABA, but I've always said I probably learn more in the hospitality suites than in the actual meeting rooms. That's where the real secrets of broadcasting is passed down a little closer to midnight. I've been fortunate to know some of the greats like Hall of Famer Bobby Caldwell of Wynne, Arkansas, a fellow ASU grad and also the best in the state. The late Bob Knight, who is also being inducted tonight, and I dearly miss him. Also think about my great uncle, Bob Bice. Uncle Bob was really my great uncle. He was Uncle Bob to many in Arkansas because of his program called Bob Bice's Bible Stories. He received the ABA Pioneer Award in 1973 for his career that spanned for more than 50 years in broadcasting, working first at KARK AM, then KARN, and later on, actually in 1954, he was Channel 4's first weatherman. He was a great broadcaster, but more important, a great man. Can't forget Carlton Garner, who gave me my first job in radio at a 250-watt giant, KMCW in Augusta, when I was 16 years old. From there, I've worked at a 100,000-watt powerhouse, KASU in Jonesboro, and I always knew when I played the wrong song for Charles Raspberry, the head of the department, because he had called me and congratulate me on finding another song that was not allowed on KSU. Usually it meant I was going to be sliding that album under his office door for in the morning. During my summer breaks after graduating college, I played drums at Dog Patch USA in Harrison. Driving up Highway 65, I realized how empty a stretch of road it was. There was no radio. Not that it was good radio or bad radio, it was just no radio. And that stuck with me, so my late brother-in-law and I hatched the plan to build the radio station in Clinton, a town of 1,600 on the north banks of the Greers Ferry Lake. I had just married my wife, Judy, in January of '76, and we moved to Clinton while I was filing all the paperwork for our new station. Also around the local movie theater, which we had bought. After 18 months of waiting and working with the FCC, we finally signed on the air November the 16th, 1977 with KGFL. That's another 250 watts of pure power. After that, we grew. We boosted it to 1,000 watts, and today we're at 5,000 watts. We added KHPQ, and it first came on at 3,000 watts, and now it's 25,000 watts. We have translators at 94.7 and 97.3 in Guy and Greenbrier. We've always done well in the ratings. We're proud to serve our communities. Of course, none of this would have happened without my wife, Judy. Radio has always been the other woman in my life. Thank goodness. She's been there for me. My kids, Ashley and Ellie, they must have got used to radio. For some reason, they followed in my footsteps. Ashley is at THV 11 and is anchor and host of The Vine, as well as mornings on B98.5. Allie built her own radio station, as you heard, in Heber Springs, and has done fantastic, bringing hometown radio back to Cleveland County. Then there's our son, Tyler, kind of the black sheep of the family. He did not follow in our footsteps. He became an internal medicine doctor at St. Vincent's. But to be fair, he did DJ his way through med school, so I'll say that's a partial victory there. I still get excited when I hear good radio today, even though I admit it's harder to find than it used to be. Young people just don't seem to get into radio as like they used to. Local radio like we grew up with, stations like KAAY, KLAZ, WMPS, WHBQ, and WLS Chicago. Great radio stations that our generation of young broadcasters, the young broadcasters have never even got to hear of or got to be a part of. As owners and broadcasters, we've got to adapt to keep our stations alive and pay those bills. I know sometimes it feels like we're just existing, but keep in mind the true reason we're here is for public service. And to keep finding the ways to be relevant and vital in our communities, I hope we stay viable in the future as broadcasters. So once again, I want to thank you for the tremendous honor being selected for the Arkansas Broadcasters Hall of Fame. It's something. Carrie, thank you.